That's a good point in chat. As somebody said, the locker room situation. You got biological men walking into women's locker rooms now? Dog. With their fucking dicks swinging out? Hey, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
It's interesting if, like, biological men going into, like, becoming a biological woman and people have an issue with that. Because at the end of the day...
You can't become a biological woman when you're a biological man. That's impossible. What is this guy talking about?
I'm a woman, so now you are in that camp. So...
Chad, what do you think his IQ is? First of all, I think it has to do with social media. Also, the fact that he feels like he's under pressure. He sees the microphone. You know, he just wants to give the right answer. I think that's a lot of it.
I could see why someone might have, like, issues like, oh, that's not a real woman. But I think that's kind of...
It's not anybody having an issue with it. Sure, there are some people that have an issue with it, but somebody like me is just saying that's not true.
Being able to accept the fact that that person has made that choice to become a woman.
Do you guys view trans women and biological women the same?
Yeah, the hesitation says everything. Y'all don't believe the shit you're talking about. Because when you give them an example, like, would you treat them the same? They hesitate. That silence was loud, bro.
It's like a yes and
trick question, but it's like, that's a great question for conversation.
Well, I mean, I think, like, the fact that, like, it's not just, it's trans women and biological women kind of already inherently is saying they're different, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if, you know, it's like...
I thought you just said biological men can turn into biological women. When we were talking about transgender. This guy's all over the place.
Do you view a woman as
He's not making any sense. Homeboy's mind is running with the nation.
In that question, the answer would be no. Because all women are different, you know?
I'm skipping this guy, bro. He's not making any sense. There's no consistency within it.
I beg your pardon?
Do you view biological women and trans women the same way?
Oh, no. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I think they should be labeled the same, but I think
Chat, the answer is fuck no.
people should acknowledge that trans women and cis women have different experiences.
Do you think that we should be focused in more on transgender women's voices now in the modern day society and, you know, trying to uplift them more than, let's say, other groups of women in this space? What are your thoughts?
Yes, in a way, because they do go through more.
What, more bullying on Twitter?
Trans women are, you know, oppressed and stuff. I think they deserve. Of course, they deserve. Yeah.
People act like bullying is one of the worst things you can go through as a human. You have construction workers who are busting their ass all day, dealing with actual physical pain on a daily basis, and we don't give a fuck about them. We don't give a fuck about them. But we're focusing in on trans women. They go through so much. The worst I could imagine is just them getting bullied for being trans. And even if you are a trans woman and you have somebody bullying you on Twitter or something like that, or even in real life, why wouldn't you have confidence in yourself to just say, oh, that guy's stupid?
Trans women of color should be uplifted the most just because they have the most oppression facing them.
And talk to me
Look at all these girls. They think they're doing something for the world. A whole bunch of activists. I bet they're on Twitter all day.
a little bit about that. What are some of those things that they're facing?
Everyday microaggressions or even...
Microaggressions. Holy